Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Nikki here. If you are new to this channel, welcome, and if you're just a returning subscriber, how you doing? So today we wanted to cover my palette collection. I asked on a couple of videos back different type of videos and feedback, so I am in the process of recording the videos that I did get a feedback on. So if this is something that you are interested in watching, then stay tuned. Let's just jump right into it, beautiful people. So today I will be showing you my palette collection. Like I said before, I do feel like personally, for a person that is not a makeup artist, which I am not, I just love playing in makeup. I love doing my own makeup and I love playing in makeup, but for the most part I am not a makeup artist. This is just something that I do for fun. So considering that I'm not a makeup artist, for the average person, I do have a good number of makeup material, shall I say. So I just wanted to share my palette collection with you guys, because again, this is something that some people requested to see. I will say this is not something that I'm like bragging about. I just want to share, give you my views on the different palettes and why I purchased them, and then hopefully, you know, these are palettes that you'll probably purchase if they're not the limited edition ones. I will say I saved up for these. Like the more expensive ones, I knew in advance when they were going to launch and around the price point, so I did save up to get them. So yeah, without further ado, I'll jump into the first one. So the first one, and I'm not going to go in any particular order. It's literally just what I laid here on my desk, and I have them literally from sizes from the biggest they are to the smallest. So that's the order that I'm going in. The first palette is this Dose of Colors Desi and Katy collection, which I love both of their channels, by the way. But because I love both of their channels, I just had to support them. I did not purchase everything in the collection. I didn't get the highlighters. I got some of the lipsticks. I lie. I got some of the lipsticks and I got the lip gloss, but like I didn't get the highlighters, and I didn't get like I got the liquid lipsticks. I didn't get like the normal lipsticks, which now I regret because I really wanted to try more Creamer Please, but that's off the topic. So I did get this one. It is a four eyeshadow palette with Noli, Sue's Harpoon, and Turbo Sun. And these are very, very, very nice. I did this palette more for like a special occasion rather, because of these colors, how they look and how they go on. Very pigmented, very pretty. I actually want to eventually record a look using Turbo Sun because I love this color. But that's why I purchased this one. Also, not only just to support them in their collaboration with Dose of Colors, because I love Dose of Colors, but yeah, just because I thought, you know, the shadows were pretty. They were something that I didn't have in my collection, and it was something that I wanted to add to it. So that is the first palette that I own. Now the second palette is a Z palette that I filled, like, well, semi-filled, I'm not done yet, with Makeup Geek eyeshadows. I don't have the name of all these. I don't even remember all of them. I do know one is Creme Brulee. I don't know if they have the names on the bottom. I don't think so. Oh, they do. So this is Brown Sugar. This black one, oh man, I just scraped it, is called Corrupt. This green one is Enchanted Forest, but I'm not going to go through all of them because we still have other palettes to talk about. But these are basically all of my loose eyeshadows that I purchased from Makeup Geek. And this, what prompted me to start this palette is because back in Florida when I was like going to work, I was always doing my makeup on the go, so I needed one that I could just throw in my purse and do something really, really quick. So this was just like my everyday work related eyeshadows that I could use because I didn't have a palette that was small enough to travel with me. So this is what prompted me to start this one. But if anybody's interested, like you don't want to purchase like huge palettes and you want something that's good to travel with on the go, get you like a small little mini Z palette and choose the eyeshadows that you like, and they're magnetic so they stick right to it. Super nice, and I think it's worth the money. The next palette in the line is this Kylie Eyeshadow. This is the Burgundy palette. When Kylie first launched her brand, I was obsessed with it. Not that I'm not now, because she does have a lot of nice things, but she's always coming out with something new. And like I told you guys before, I'm not about that life of keep buying stuff, especially stuff that I don't need. But I just thought this was a nice collection of burgundies, and I didn't really have it in my collection, so that's what made me buy this one. So this is the Kylie Cosmetics Burgundy palette. Which I like this one. I've used this numerous times, so this isn't one of the ones that I didn't use. But I've used this like more than 3 times, which to me is good. This one, you guys have seen this one in the last couple of videos that I've done, the Makeup Shayla and Colourpop Perception palette. I just love this palette. It's easy for me to grab, and literally I don't have to grab different palettes to get different colors. Like, it literally has every color that I could possibly use in a palette or for an eye look. So this is why I love hers. Plus it's super small, good to travel with. So I think this is, out of all of my palettes, this is one of my favorite ones. I mean, I love all of them for different reasons, but this is the one that I have been gravitating to the most lately. Yeah, it's just a dope palette. Obviously, if it's in my collection, I liked it enough to spend money on it. Another palette I have is the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. I love this palette because to me, I think it's dark girl friendly, melanin girl friendly with the colors. Plus it smells like chocolate. I used to have the peach palette, but I let my mom have it because she doesn't really have a makeup collection and she wanted to get more into eyeshadow, so I gave that one to her. But as you can see, like, it has your browns, a lot of neutrals, and I thought it was nice. I thought it was something nice for me to add to my collections. Plus the browns kind of like popped out to me, the browns, the golds. So yeah, this is another one. I think I've used this one. I haven't used all the eyeshadows in this one palette per se, but I have used this palette a few times as well. Another palette, which this is another top of my list palette I love. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette. I have used this numerous of times as well. This one, first of all, the packaging alone, like this velvet packaging case, granted it gets dirty pretty quickly, that's why I keep it in the box. Like, when you touch it, like right now I'm wiping off excess eyeshadow, I guess, from the last time I used it. But honey, like, I think everybody knows Anastasia Beverly Hills. Her brand alone, like, from the lip glosses to the eyeshadows to the brow products, she's just bomb. So I just had to have this palette. As you can see, it's a good different range of colors that you didn't see in the previous palette. So that's what made me gravitate to it. But not gonna lie, when I went into Ulta, I purchased this palette from Ulta. When I went into Ulta and I saw this palette, the color that made me say, okay girl, like, you gotta have this palette, is this green right here. That green just spoke to me, and I was like, okay, between this green and this purple one, I was like, I had to have it. I think it's something nice, especially during the winter time and the holidays. I think this green for the fall is going to give me a bomb look on top of this satin. Like, for the fall, I feel like if I travel, I can definitely pack this palette and get numerous looks out of it. So this is one of the faves. I do want to challenge myself to, like, do something with normal colors that I probably wouldn't use. Like, I don't see myself using this color a lot. Probably not this. The Lucid I could probably use as like a highlight color, like an inner tear duct color. But other than that, like, I want to challenge myself to use the palettes that I do have. So yeah, but I love this palette. Like, this one was definitely worth the money, because I have used this numerous of times. You guys have seen this palette already. I did a first impressions video with this, the Rose Gold Palette Remastered by Huda Beauty, and you guys already know how I feel about this palette. I love this palette. If I could ever get the box open for you guys, I just love, pink is my favorite color, so pink, rose gold, anything of that sort, I'm just in love with it. But just look at this packaging. Like, this lady has style. Like, I love it. I love the packaging. She did a great job on it. I just want to show you the colors in the inside. As you can tell, I've already digged into it. You can see that there. But yeah, I love this. This is another one that I feel like if I just went out of town with this palette, I could work with it, because it has my browns. It has my nice transition colors up here. I could do a nice smoky eye, a neutral look, a pop of color. I could do a lot with this. So this is something that I really, really like. And I do feel like I told you, it was an investment. For this one was really an investment. It was something that I waited a while to purchase, and the reason why I say a while, because I was looking at the first original Rose Gold palette when she first launched it, and I kind of hesitated on that because her palettes do retail for about $65, and I was like, you know what, I can't validate the purchase at that moment, so I didn't get it. But I was looking at videos, I was seeing how the shadows work, different things of that sort. So when she came out with the Rose Gold Remaster palette, which supposedly was better than the first one, I wouldn't know because I didn't try the first one, but I fell in love with this one. I was like, okay. Looked at some videos, looked at the promos video for her, and I just like sort of kind of saved, and I was like, okay, this is something that I am going to purchase because I didn't purchase the first one. So yeah, I got that one. This next palette, this one is the Too Faced Best Year Ever 2018 palette. This actually came with a planner, which I thought was so cute, my 2018 mini planner. But I thought this one was gorgeous. Like, look at these colors. I fell in love with this, not this, let's see, this purple here, the burgundies. Like, a lot of colors just spoke to me. This is something that I can come up with looks with. Maybe not necessarily like this marshmallow look or something like this, but the neutrals over here I definitely can work with. I believe I've only used this palette like twice. So this was one of the ones that I was like, okay, you have a palette here, you've only used it twice, you need to like dig into it. So this is one of the ones that I did want to dig into, but I'm still happy I purchased it. I enjoyed it. I think for the price, because it was a limited edition item, for the price point, I couldn't beat it. Plus it came with a lot of items, so it wasn't bad. I don't regret purchasing that. Now this palette here is another one of my favorites. I've only used this palette, I want to say twice, but one, I still have it in the bubble wrap that it was delivered in, and then two, it is just white and pretty, and I love it. It is the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette. Now this I've used, I want to say, I think I've used it more than twice, but needless to say, the colors in here are bomb pigmented. The formula is just to die for. Like, look at these colors. Look at this. Look at these blues over here. I mean, anybody, if you look at this palette and you're wanting to play into makeup, you can tell why I purchased this palette, because you have just so many colors that you can do stuff with and that you can work with, and it is chocolate girl friendly. So of course I did have to support Jaclyn. I love this palette. I mean, look at this blue. Oh my god, I really want to do something with this blue. Every time I look at this palette, I see stuff that I want to do, but then when it's time to record, I'm like, oh, I see something else, and then I get distracted in using that palette. But I really, really like this palette. I would suggest, I'm not sure if it's still on the Morphe site, but anybody that's looking to get into makeup and you don't really want to like spend a lot of money on a palette, Morphe palettes are very inexpensive compared to the higher end brands. And if you're just like trying it out and you want to play in color, this is a great, I would say, starter palette to get. I think it's beautiful. She has some beautiful shades in here. And even if they don't have this one, I believe she just launched her Vault collection, where it's like a whole bunch of mini palettes, which you can also get in Ulta as well. I wasn't going to purchase those. I felt like the colors that were in the palette were colors that I can find in the palettes that I already own. So I didn't get it, but I do know some people who did, and I would say that's also a route to go to as well if you're not able to get your hands on the original palette, because her formula, the pigments of her eyeshadows are bomb. And last but not least, the big massive palette. That's why it's at the bottom, because it's the biggest palette that I own, and it's also by Morphe. It is the Morphe Dare to Create 39A palette. Now, I originally was not going to purchase this palette. Originally, I was purchasing this palette as a gift, and when it got delivered and I opened it, I was like, I don't understand why I didn't buy one for myself, and then I ended up ordering me one afterwards. So this is the Morphe Dare to Create 39A palette. It is just gorgeous. The black and gold color I thought was just so sleek. But I love the packaging, but wait until you see the colors. To me, it just, first off, I love that the names are on it. Like, oh, sorry. The names are on this little white thing. So, not white thing. Nikki, get it together. On this little clear thing that goes in the inside. So I thought that was neat. But I actually recorded the eye look that I have on in this video, which I'll probably upload either before or after this video. Not sure how it's going to go up, but I recorded this makeup look with this palette. And sorry, when I use eyeshadows and it has fallout, I hate to leave it like on the actual palette. So that's what I'm wiping off. Don't think I'm going crazy. So, but what these colors, like here, like look at this, like it's not the same. Like if you look at the blues, it's not the same as the other palettes that I've showed you. I just felt like it was just a great starter palette as well. So if you're not able to get your hand on a Jaclyn Hill palette, but you are on the Morphe site and they still have this one, I would suggest to get this one. This is chocolate girl friendly. You have a bigger pan of all the neutrals here, and then you have like more of the warmer tones. Well, all of them are sort of kind of like warm tones, but you could do a lot with this. Like, look at these colors. Like, how could you not want this? Like, once I saw this in person, I was just like, I had to have it. So this was one of my favorites as well. This was actually the palette that I was just like, I looked in the drawer, forgot I had purchased it, and then when I saw it, I fell in love all over again. So I was just like, yeah, no, this is the one that I was just like, I'm not buying another palette. Because I have palettes, but I will say, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I gave in yesterday and I purchased a Juvia's Place palette because she had a back to school 40% off sale, and I had been eyeing her palettes for a while and I wanted to do a first impressions video on it, so I caved in. But I did talk to Greg about it and we were doing like a pros and a cons of me getting the palette. So I guess obviously it won and I gave some good reasons, and so we decided just to get it. But those will be the other two palettes. I actually got two, and I got two Juvia's Place palettes because it was for 40% off. I got two palettes for like $27, which wasn't bad at all. And that was I think like all together with shipping, it may have cost me like $32 to $35 for two palettes with shipping. To me, that's not bad, especially considering like that one palette, not with tax and not with shipping, was $65. So, yeah. So, yeah, that's all the palettes that I own as far as eyeshadow palettes. I don't really have a lot of other palettes. Like you guys see the blush palette that I have, which is just that one. I have one highlighter palette, but I have like individual highlighters or individual blushes. So, yeah, but as far as my eyeshadow collection, my eyeshadow palettes, this is all that I own. I feel like that's a pretty good amount considering, you know, that I'm not a makeup artist, also, and that I just like to play in makeup. And then also, I don't really feel like I'm going to be, I hope I don't come up with a reason to purchase another one, but I shouldn't. I don't think I will. I mean, I passed on the Kylie birthday collection, which she had some nice shades in there, but I couldn't bring myself to purchase another palette. Even though I love makeup, I do want to spend my money wisely. So yeah, that is it. I feel like I'm rambling, but that is my palette collection. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, as well as I hope you found a palette that maybe in the future or right now you've been thinking about it and you decide that you want to purchase it. If you have any questions about any of these palettes, you can leave that in the comment section below. Thumbs up if you like this video, and as always, beautiful people, thank you for watching. Have a great day.